Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Backshot Boxing. Now, man, Kell Brook and Terance Crawford have been negotiating for a super fight to fight each other, but Kell Brook's been in negotiation to fight a lot of fighters. Uh, One other fighter on that list is KIETH Thurman, and Kell Brook has been staying in shape by fighting former WBO champion and former WBO champion at 160 and 168, Billy Joe Saunders. A lot of people talk about how much Kell Brook can take as far as punishment goes because he has been injured in a Triple G fight and the Errol Spence fight. But, he's fighting the 168 champion and the 160 champion. And let's be honest, Billy Joe Saunders most likely hits harder than at least Terance Crawford. And he probably hits equally, if not harder, than Errol Spence Jr. as well. So this is a really big deal, man. Now, Kell Brook says, and I quote, you guys see the tweet on the channel. It says, "Good 8 rounds banked this morning. First open spar ever done with the champ. At Billy Joe Saunders. Hashtag iron sharpens iron." Now, this is a really big deal, man. I always see Kell Brook and Billy Joe Saunders working on tips here and there. And this is a really big deal because, Billy Joe Saunders is a southpaw, and we all know that, it takes a lot of boxing IQ to fight a southpaw because it's all about distance. It's all about ring generalship. It's about the high IQ. And furthermore, man, I'm positive Kell Brook wants a second shot at Errol Spence Jr. So fighting elite level southpaw like a Billy Joe Saunders, I think Billy Joe Saunders does some things better than Errol Spence Jr. as far as movement goes, right? He moves extremely well, and Billy Joe Saunders is more of a mobile fighter than Errol Spence Jr. That being said, that's about elite as Kell Brook can get in the UK as far as sparring goes, man. That's high level stuff. Billy Joe Saunders is an extremely tough fighter. He's durable. He's undefeated, Until Billy Joe Saunders catches the L, you really can't critique him much because what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's nothing that he needs to really tweak because Billy Joe Saunders is one of the most elite fighters in the UK by far, especially in the 160 and 168 division, right? Now, this is really big news, man. I'm really excited to see Kell Brook training again, and I have seen Billy Joe Saunders and Kell Brook do pad work together, so they're always giving each other tips. And I think that Kell Brook still has a long way to go as far as his career being at an end. A lot of people discredit him because of that one or two losses by one loss by Triple G and one loss by Errol Spence, and I think they're being too harsh on Kell Brook. I think they're underestimating a big welterweight, who's really strong, who's really motivated. When you suffer injuries like that, you need to take a break in boxing. You can't just come back and fight top-notch opposition. You need to take a break and get your feet wet again. And Kell Brook is definitely getting his feet wet again by fighting a big elite level fighter like a Billy Joe Saunders. Now, there's a lot of times in boxing, a lot of people assume that just because you're fighting bums, meaning you're staying stagnant in the boxing ring. But the truth of the matter is this: Kell Brook outside the ring, when he's fighting elite level competition, right? This is just one of the many elite level competition that Kell Brook's fighting, right? Billy Joe Saunders is just the one that's public. What other elite level welterweights is Kell Brook fighting? We don't know. We just don't know. But I'm positive, Kell Brook is fighting elite level opposition due to the fact when Kell Brook went up to 160 and fought Triple G, you can clearly see the caliber and class of Kell Brook and his boxing skills because being displayed on Triple G, right? Incredible stuff, man. His boxing was phenomenal. Head movement was phenomenal. Movement was phenomenal. Everything was on point that night. The only thing that came down on Kell Brook that night was just Triple G sheer size, But, Kell Brook is being offered this money left and right between Terance Crawford and KIETH Thurman. And, the money, man, the money. It's all about the bag. Who can give Kell Brook the most money? And right now, this seems like to be a bidding war. And either way, man, Kell Brook is getting ready, man. Let me know how you guys feel about Billy Joe Saunders and the Kell Brook sparring. I thought I'd talk about it. Really big deal. One thing that Billy Joe Saunders, sometimes it's not about what you know, but who you know. And Billy Joe Saunders has a friend, Tyson Fury. And I understand that, you know, Tyson Fury has a trainer, Stewart, right? A cousin of Manuel Stewart, right? Can't think of his name right now. But the thing is, he just went to the UK. And he's training Tyson Fury for this Deontay Wilder fight, which is an extremely big deal, right? That being said, we're gonna see how if Kell Brook gets some pointers from Sugar Hill. That's his name, Sugar Hill. So we're gonna see how this whole thing plays out, man. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. You know, Sugar Hill's in the UK too. He could definitely help Kell Brook fighting an inside. Maybe change the game plan up a little bit. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. JEO Empire. Peace.